Good morning and welcome to Empowering Morning Conversations, session number 401. On a continuous basis, we are all coming together every day to really discuss very, very important aspects of our life, which we do not get to learn from anywhere else. So thanks for being here always, and let's get started today's session. So today's session, what is that we are learning in EMC? What are the various things we are learning from EMC? If some of you can say, what are the things we have been learning from EMC? Before we get into the actual session. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. If I put it in very simple words, I'm learning how to be in creation. I'm learning a lot of tools, a lot of tools and techniques.
Right.
Also, I'm clearing a lot of unwanted stuff, which is not contributing my life.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So what else are we learning in EMC on a day-to-day basis, every day? So Shakti said creation and other tools and techniques and clearing a lot of unwanted things. Yes, sir. Reddy Garu.
Sir, we are learning a lot from real life examples shared by all EMC members.
Yes.
Yeah. Because that will give us more confidence. Because maybe we are facing the same situation in life, but we don't know how to go ahead.
Right.
So that way it's very helpful, sir.
Yes, thank you. So sharing and learning from others' experiences, yes.
Yeah, see, they say herd mentality, where herd is a group of people. It's not just one person that improves. It's like an exponential. How so if one gets better, everyone gets better with that. So that's the power of ease and joy and glory.
Yes. So it's a contagious. Whatever we are learning here is contagious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Any other learnings? Yes.
Ramaji.
Yes, Premji, go on.
Daily I made the time 7 a.m. Total all the members very good performance. I feel total members in diamond. Every member is experience very good for me. Daily I got something or daily like your program.
Thank you.
Very good. Every member is very good experience for me.
Yes, yes. So that's the great thing to be associated with so many people who are really at different level and who are all willing to help, share, and learn, grow. So yeah, that's great.
Daily I like listening and learning. Very good for me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I hope all of us hope that more and more people come and benefit from this, and not only benefit, they also share and they also contribute. That's mutual learning. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, Bertie.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Ramaji, and good morning, everyone. It's amazing to see all of you in the morning. I put it in a little different metaphor. What is EMC? What we are doing here? Can you hear me, Ramaji?
Yes, yes. It is my own ear I was checking.
Thanks for starting the laughter session. Wonderful. You were checking your ear, I was checking my mouth.
Yeah.
I put it in a different metaphor. What is this EMC? What we are doing? In Tamil, in Hinduism, there is a Lord called Lord Ayyappa. where you have 18 steps to see the main deity. You have to be in fasting and you have to get on to these 18 steps. Then you reach the God. For me, we all know that in the context of Advaita philosophy, we are infinite being, but we are not able to realize it. We just stick into this, our current reality. This EMC everyday session is every step. When we get on to this step, the ultimate step is we will realize our real potential and we all will start to operate from an infinite beings. So for me, it is 18 steps towards to see the Lord. Thank you very much, Ramaji. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
On a lighter note, சுவாமிக்கு 18 படி தான் மலை ஏறுறதுக்கு.
It's too long, is it? Too big, isn't it?
No, it's 18 stuff. 18 steps enough for a Swami. That's.
நான் ஒண்ணும் சொல்ல மாட்டேனே.
Right. So these are literally stepping stones towards our transformation and finding our own true self. Yeah. Thanks. Venki. So any other learnings from EMC so far?
How to be in possibility all the time and be aware about your surroundings.
Right. Awareness and seeking the possibilities instead of closing the doors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Priya.
And making good habits like attending every day at 7 o'clock.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So really, it is not only that just the learning and sessions, it is also implementing some of the greater aspects in life, including just be on time and be regular on a day-to-day basis. All those things. Yes. Thanks, Radhika. Yes, Abhinavji.
Well, for me, in my life, I've gone through a lot of transformation processes. I've learned a lot of things. I've been a regular participant in Landmark also, and then so many transformation courses I have done. I've learned so much, so many gurus. But what happens is that it's not, I'm unable to keep the transformation alive on a day-to-day basis because the world gets to you. The energies of outside are of no possibility. The energies of the outside world most of the times are kuch nahi hone wale duniya mein. Jaise the way the world is going, वैसे ही keep on going. There's not going to be any happiness, satisfaction, fulfillment. So what EMC does for me is that it keeps alive the transformation for me.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Abhinav.
Thanks.
Yes, Sagar.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And good morning, one and all.
Good morning. Good morning.
So, about how EMC is contributing, or what was the question, sir? What is the question?
The question before we start our topic was, what are we learning from EMC every day? What are we learning from EMC?
Okay, sir. For me, sir, I think you and me are talking. We are having a conversations, and every day we are interacting. For me, I think it is helping me to create really wonderful and effective relationship with people. I can relate with people more, and I can express myself more. And this is what I'm really learning here, and it's helping me in every aspect of my life. And it frees my mind, and something I can see, something expanding I can see, something possibility I can see. So for me, it's a conversation. It's a conversation where I relate to the people, and where I talk to you, talk to the Sukdibak sir, listen to the Sukdibak sir, and listen to you. In this conversation only, I am changing in a different way.
Yeah, so through the conversation, we learn, change, and also we relate to people and learn how to handle the relationship with the people, because ultimately whatever we do, it is all related to the people. So if you know how to relate to the people, how to handle the relationship, we can be at ease and joy. Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
Thank
Ravi.
you, sir.
Yes, Abhinavji and then Reddy Garu.
See, also what is how EMC is impacting my life is in the past, there were some moments in life which were really great and awesome, and then uh, there were moments in life which were really bad. But but the moments which were really awesome and great were less, and the moments which were where I was struggling or surviving were much more. And it was accidental. But here in EMC, I can create great moments for myself by choice. Earlier they were accidental, but now I have a distinction. I have some kind of a technology to create those great moments for me. Thanks.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, Reddy Garu.
I learned beautiful words like gratitude, and I'm become more open to people to receive after attending so many classes with sir, and I'm giving more importance for relationships uh, because I know the importance of relationship after joining EMC, sir. It's a great thing happened in my life.
Right. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, Nitiji, you wanted to say something?
No, I'm good. I'm listening. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes,
Right.
very good morning, Ramaji.
Good morning, Kunai.
Sorry for joining a bit late. I was creating the poster.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. Thank you.
Yes,
I'm going to change that.
Request all to use it because that
Yeah.
becomes bit
Yeah.
proper identification. One of the most important thing what I have learned is being aware of my thoughts and living my life with the 10-second span. And that's a very powerful realization and tool, because sir always say that point of views, and during that moment, if we check our point of views and be aware what exactly I am creating at this moment, and then relate with the purpose, oneness, humanity, then you feel good. And that's important, the feeling what exactly you are having at any moment, and that too you observe your feeling, your thoughts. So that's what most important thing what I remember right now is I have learned. So
Right.
thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Right. Awareness of
Yeah.
everything. Yes. Yeah, that's the key for everything else. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Vetri, you wanted to say something more?
And just a quick one, sir. I've also learned from Vetri how to laugh and the light.
Yes, I also learned.
Thank you,
I learned it from Hasina ji.
Oh, where is she? She is missing.
And Hasina ji will say that she learned from Sagar.
I don't know whether she learned it from Sagar, but she learned that variation certainly from Sagar. During laughing, there are different variations will come.
Yeah, Hasina ji is here.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Asina ji, we are discussing what are the learnings from EMC.
Maybe she is learning by herself only now. Chupke.
Right. So I think there are so many. Yeah, one of the there are all the learnings. I think I I completely get it. I also learn all these things. One of the things what Shakti said is tools and techniques which really help us. So that's really amazing. Simple tools really help. That's something I also found very useful. So there is one more thing we are learning, and which our Surdeepak sir makes us to really do it. Is thinking. Right? So are we learning to think?
Yes, sir, because we are looking at possibilities.
Right, right. Yeah, it doesn't come just like that. You have to think about it, or you have to perceive about it. So with that, what is thinking? What is thinking, and why do we need to explicitly think? And if not thinking, what are we doing?
If we are not thinking, we're just judging.
Yes, judging based on whatever the assumptions or
Assumptions
previous,
or yeah.
Previous experiences or.
And Ramaji, somebody has said that thinking is so difficult, we avoid and we start judging.
Yeah, that's right. So thinking obviously requires effort. Why? Because the major energy is consumed by the brain. Majority of the energy, I don't know exact percentage, but a lot of energy is consumed by brain. So if you really think, you have to have sufficient energy to be given to your thinking process. So we don't give that much energy, we put our energy into somewhere else. So it requires energy, it requires focus. So, so we don't do it by default. So instead, what do we do? One is judging, like Kunayan said. So what else we do instead of thinking? Yes, sorry.
So I'm just beginning to nowadays I'm just beginning to question, and previously I just follow whatever other people say or whatever what influencing me. But now slowly I think that Gary also said that I think having question and not having different answer or something. Question is a possibility and answer is something limitation. So nowadays I'm just just yesterday and today I'm starting to question. So something different is happening. So I'm thinking previously I already said that I was just following whatever other people say. I was judging, not evaluating. But nowadays, just after bars and after this class, everything. now I'm questioning. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So questioning not only others, questioning yourself. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And also being in question creates lots of possibilities instead of just getting a simple and default answer and locking to that and not further exploring. So we have to be in question. Even if you get one answer, or even if you get 1, 2, or 3 answers, don't settle for that. Look for more possibilities. Yeah, that's the great word.
The spiritual journey is all about questioning each and everything and the self.
Yeah.
And it comes to us in a very handy way, and it helps us and the people around us. That's a great contribution, that's happening for each one attending and the people around them. See, there's a lot of tools I've taught to a few of my friends and people when they're going through some challenges and things, and they're using it. And they're also getting benefited from EMC.
Right.
For instance, the EMC and few of Access Conscious tools like crazy statement. So someone was always in a dilemma. I told them, you think your life in 10 seconds and you keep repeating this crazy statement. Now that person has really become crazy. Started. So people decide, and questioning our own self and our own point of view is the greatest thing. So in that way, EMC helps to do that.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Kasha. Being in question and becoming crazy person. Right. Yes, Ratanji.
Yeah. What's the difference between creative thinking and worrying? Where's the fine line between worrying and creative thinking, and which consumes more energy?
It's exactly opposite. Worrying and creative thinking cannot go together.
Right. No, but which one consumes more energy? Wasting or,
worry wastes energy.
Yeah.
Creative thinking generates more energy.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good.
Exactly.
And how about being in the moment? Where would you put that?
Being in the moment is the way of really generating the energy or being that's the ultimate thing, being in the moment.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. That's where we are all leading to, that 10 seconds, living in 10 seconds, what multiple people talked, including Kasha. So because always our faculty of mind is so powerful, it by default goes back to the past and starts worrying, or thinks about the future and being anxious.
Right.
If we can, and both of them are wasting the energy.
Okay.
So if we can bring that focus onto the present, both the energies are not wasted and preserved. And also, when you are in present moment, you can be creative. That's when we can generate more energy.
Okay, so being in the moment generates more energy.
First of all, stops the wastage of energy.
Okay.
Second, it creates more energy. So it's a double whammy.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Double
you.
benefit.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Great insight and great question. So my answer is only a small answer. So let's be in question. So you may discover much more better thing.
And Ramaji, interesting thing, what I have noticed, when you are in question or when you reasoning out, then you start growing, you start expanding your thoughts, and then gradually you get out of all your limiting beliefs. So one of the main problems for most of us, or in general, is the limiting beliefs. But when we start questioning, when we start reasoning, then we start growing, and then we slowly start removing those limiting beliefs or improving the beliefs, you can say.
Yes.
So that helps a lot.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, because removing those limiting beliefs which are acquired over a period, it's not easy to really first of all to bring it up and then remove it. But it will operate. It will operate from background, and it will limit all of our choices and our moving forward. But if you can bring it to the front and remove it, that's the really great service for ourselves. Yes, Ratin.
Okay, it's in my way of saying, I would say limiting belief is like weeds to a small growing plant. When we put a seed and the plant is just growing, that moment the weeds take away all the energy from the soil. So a good gardener will come and first of all remove all the weeds, and the soil will give the energy to the plant.
Yes. Yeah. So the great gardener when he removes the seed, it is not a no waste. He can generate energy from the seed.
Right.
The seed itself can become a further fertilizer for the
Correct.
plant to grow.
Yeah, just in our language, we are saying remove the limiting beliefs,
Yeah.
which are unnecessary, taking the energy.
Yes, and you can feed that energy for our positivity, our creativity, our
Correct.
moving forward in life. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It is little bit effort, but that effort is worth it because one, we are going to stop the weed consuming more and more energy from the plant what we want to grow. Second, we can make that weed itself is further source of energy for the plant to grow. Thank you, sir. Yes. So we were talking about thinking. So in fact, in access consciousness, what we are saying is that instead of thinking, we just go with the limiting beliefs, judgments, and previous perceptions, previous experiences. We don't put the effort to really look at what is there currently and think about it, and then take the decision or choice, right? So instead, we just go, instead we can do thinking, and that is what we are also learning. So when can you think? When you are present, when you are aware, then your thinking is easier and better and more effective. But in access consciousness, thinking itself is looked at as a lowest possible thing. So if you are doing only the thinking and not using anything else, thinking in the sense, one of the things we think about worry, right? Oh, what will happen? What will happen? You keep on worrying about it, going in the infinite loop, and making the human machine really get damaged in terms of consuming the energy and wasting it. So here is the distinction between thinking and perceiving. So thinking is only using the mind and not using other aspects of the human being. Whereas perceiving is using all your senses, the 5 senses plus the 6th sense and the mind as well. So hence there is a lot of focus on perceiving. So are we able to perceive? So even thinking itself, we are struggling to think. So how do we move to perceiving? And what is perceiving? So I just put one aspect to that. Using all the senses is the way of perceiving. So what are the other distinctions you can make, or what is your understanding or your thinking about perceiving? So what is thinking? What is perceiving? So I think that thinking is just a subset of perceiving. So perceiving is much more bigger. So that's the way I look at it. So what are your perceptions? What are you thinking about thinking versus perception?
We have a thinking expert, Mr. Vitri. He had taken a wonderful session on perception.
My dear Kunal, can you please stop pulling my leg?
No, the session on perception was very good, Vitri.
That was over.
Yeah.
Now Rama is asking question, you answer, please.
Vetri is not able to pull your hair, so hence it's pulling your head.
Now you are pulling actually. Now you are actually pulling.
Yes, we want to listen from you, sir. We want to listen from you.
Yeah, yes, Sagar, go on.
I want to listen from Bettyville, sir, about perceiving, sir, first.
Now everybody decided to pull us.
No,
he will come on his own pace. Yeah, what is that you wanted to say? Go on.
Yes, Sagar, go ahead. You know.
Okay, sir. This is also my thought, and but I learned this through the conversation. In one of the good conversation with my friend. We are talking about thinking and perceiving. At that time, he said that when you perceive, you understand. Means, okay, just I see. First, I see something. It's like a food. Okay, let's see. Okay, for a cup of tea. So if I having a gastric problem, if I have a something in my stomach, if I have a problem in my stomach or gastric anything, the milk tea is not good for me. So if I see and perceive that it is not good for me, then I don't take it. So perceiving is for me is a kind of understanding of what is, and thinking is something we always think anything, by the influences. So you when you perceive, you actually analyze to do or not to do.
Yeah, that's a great example. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, sir. So much.
So when you perceive the tea in front of you, you will know whether it is going to really enhance yourself if you drink, and it is going to be good or not. Whereas if you do only thinking, right? Oh, this is the tea, I paid so much money for this. This smell seems to be good. Okay, let me drink it anyway, even though I have gastric. Right? So that is the difference.
Right.
Yeah, that's very nicely put, Sagar. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
In other words, we can say that perception is basically working, or in the other words, thinking is basically working on the perception by putting the meanings or understanding and then using for our intention or to serve the humanity or to serve ourselves. So in short, perception is about our understanding, meaning, interpretation, but thinking is how to use effectively for self and others. Am I right?
Okay. So is that's the way you look at it?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. What my understanding is slightly different. So perceiving is everything, including thinking. So thinking is part of the perceiving.
Yeah.
But if you do only the thinking without other things, okay, you take out the thinking out of the perception and do only thinking, that is not good enough. But if you use thinking along with other senses, then that's good. That's real perception. So that's the way I understand, but that is not the perfect understanding. I would like to understand what each one of you really think about or perceive about it.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Shakti.
Sir, from my understanding, most of the time thinking is from brain number 1 and brain number 2. Always thinking about logical ways, logical things. It's like a very narrow perspective. It's coming. Perception is, perceiving is like from the third brain. It's not only helping the logical one, from energetic level, from other sources as well, we can get into that. That is perceiving, from my understanding.
Right. So my understanding is slightly different, Shakti. So we asked the question that instead of thinking, what are you doing? You are doing judging. You are going by previous experiences. You are going by impressions, right? So
Yes.
that is brain number 1 and 2. Before
Yes.
thinking, without thinking, if you are doing, that is the first level where you are not even thinking. So that's what brain number 1 and 2 do. So brain number 3 thinks, right?
Okay.
So brain number 3 is the thinking process. And then perceiving is brain number 3 plus the whole human mechanism of all your 5 senses. All your 5 senses plus the third brain. That is perceiving. That's how I look at it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Let me ponder upon this question. I'll get answers.
Right. Yeah. We are just exploring.
Being in the moment is feel of all 5 senses, right? You are
Yes.
feeling that you are perceiving, but through all 5 senses, you can be in the being of moment, right?
Yes. Yeah, vice versa.
Okay.
If you are using all your senses, currently you can be in the present moment. If you are in the present moment, all the senses are active.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what I'm getting from EMC. That is the sharing the thoughts. Through that sharing the thoughts,
Right.
we can able to go out of box thinking. So out of that, we are creating something. So that is what is the benefit of this EMC is this one. That is, we are sharing our thoughts. So in that way, our thoughts personally getting molded. We are doing introspection also as a part of this. In this way, we are creating our life. This is what is the benefit I'm getting from EMC. In Tamil, we used to say, Kattavarod inbuttirithal. This is the old quote. Kattavarod inbuttirithal means we are enjoying with the literate people with equal wavelengths, with different possibilities of thought. So that is what it means. That is Kattavarod inbuttirithal. So on the whole, I'm getting this benefit from EMC. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Malika ji. Yes, so what's thinking and perceiving as per you?
You are asking me?
Yeah, you and everyone here.
Yeah. That is thinking. Thinking is simply, it could be a dream or even the past thinking without the feel of five senses. Perceiving is with the feel of five senses, being in the present.
Yes.
That is what is my understanding.
Yeah, that's what my understanding as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, sorry.
Sir, the last word, that's as you said, and you also said that that is my understanding, means being in the present moment. Being in the present moment is not thinking. I think like that. And if I have to perceive something, means in the perception, I won't be in the present moment, sir. Because if I perceive something, that means I am not in that moment. So for you, what is thinking and perceiving, sir?
Right. So as you rightly said, thinking, when you are thinking, you probably not in the present moment.
Right.
So I also understand that way. So perception, my understanding is that, like Malika ji said, being in the present moment and making use of all the senses, right? All the 5 + 1 or 2 senses.
Okay.
That's the perception.
Using the 5 senses and being in the present moment is perception.
Yeah. 5 + 2, I'm saying 5 senses plus the 6th sense and the thinking. Thinking, if you're considering 6th sense, that is okay. Otherwise, that also.
Okay, sir.
Yes, here comes the Mataji. She is going to clarify so many things. Yes, Pooja.
Sir, I'm asking one question.
Yes.
What Access Conscious says about dreams?
About dreams?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's a very good question. I don't remember at all. I will find out and tell you. I don't know right now.
Because since last 2 days, I'm having very different kind of dream from nowhere, and I can find no reason. Normally in psychology, it's been said that it's your maybe at times suppressed emotions or something indicating towards, but I'm not sure. Like,
okay.
Yeah. And also, sir, I'm asking another question. At times when we
So
are
before going to this next question, so one of the things I learned from Shaiva Siddhanta is that there are some 35 instruments, 36 instruments in the whole body. They are active when you are awake, right? And when you are dreaming, not all of them are shut down. At least 25 of them are active.
Okay.
And when you are in deep sleep, it is only around five of them are active. So that way, that the difference between waking state and dreaming state is very, very small. So all your faculties work in the dreaming state, and the experience you are getting in the dreaming state is the real experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the
So
lighter
that's what
note,
I understand.
Ramaji,
Pujaji,
on
Ramaji.
Kunal, let's listen from Philomena ji. Yes, Philomena.
Yeah, this dream is a very kind of a dreamy subject for me.
Yes.
And I have been trying to work with dreams because right from childhood, I've seen dreams which have come true. And from what I have learned about dreams, there are around 28 types of dreams that we have. And dreams do give us messages sometimes in a subconscious state of mind. They are messages that, we could make use of, need to make use of. It's something like, a dream is a dream. And I have also had experiences where, when I have questioned about certain aspects of life that I'm going through, why and what should I be doing and all that, I have received the dream of message once that I need to change my direction. And when I did, it made a lot of positive differences. In fact, because of those dreams that I've had, I am here with positive people like you and various other this. So Pooja ji, if you wish, you can talk to me on one-on-one and let me know what's your dream. I won't interpret it for you, but maybe I will ask you questions which you yourself will be able to interpret it, because nobody can really interpret what is the message for you. It all comes from your own psyche. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Philomena ji.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. That's great help, Philomena ji. So anybody else also any question on dreams, you can reach out to Philomena.
Ramaji, I have a small doubt.
Pooja, we will come to your second question in between. I think Vetri and Sagar have something to say. Yes, Vetri.
I have a small doubt, sir, to you. Like you were mentioning about the reference from Cyber Siddhartham, where 35 parts and 25 parts for dream, 5 parts for the deep sleep. I'm trying to understand, is it the physical parts and like the Sukshma Sariram or Sola Sariram?
Both.
All included.
Karmendriyas, Jnanendriyas, and
everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Okay. Thank you.
Sir, I want to say something on dreams. I think, sir, when I was child, I never dream anything. I did not have nothing. I always ask why I am not dreaming. Everybody is talking about dream. In my home, when they wake up, they only talk about their dream. So I never dream in my child, and I always question why I'm not dreaming. And after in my young age, when I became more nowadays, because I think for me it's because of desire that I have in myself, that are something not fulfilled or something fulfilled. So that's come up in my dreams. And I think whatever I was thinking always come in my dreams. So it's not, I don't know, but I think it's the way I live my daily life. It shows in my dreams. Whatever I do say, and sometimes some future messages also come. Something future, something beyond, something come, but that is always on my thinking and always what I do in my daily life. And so for me, I think is if it is all dream or it is not all dream, it's all reality. Or dreaming is something that I creating through my desires only. So it's not.
Yeah. Yes, Philomena ji, you want to comment something on that? Kunal, we will come back to you. Sorry, we missed you listening to you. Yes, Philomena ji, you want to say something to what Sagar said? No. Okay. Fine. So Sagar, yeah, you're right. Actually, that's what my understanding as well. So in childhood, why you don't have dream? Because you don't have too many desires, and whatever the desire you have is already satisfied in real life. And as you rightly put it, over a period we develop so many desires, but we don't know how to really achieve those desires, and hence it comes up in your dreams. So when you get into this kind of energy work and access consciousness and many other things, you know that how to consciously look at the desires and choose what desire to pursue and what desires to not to pursue. Then there is a possibility that your dreams may go down.
Okay, okay, sir.
Right. Yes, Kunai?
No, just on the lighter note to Pooja ji, stop dreaming, find someone to ask questions.
Who said?
Very true, Conin ji. आपने सही कहा. Find someone to answer your questions.
Rather find someone to question.
No, sir,
Okay.
it happens with me. Yeah, that's truth. I mean, at least we need someone where we say कि हाँ तुमको तो सुनना ही पड़ेगा, हक है तुम पे. और कोई तो भाग सकते हैं.
Okay, so with that lighter note, let's move on to your second question, Pooja ji.
Dreams are coming out, sir, now.
No, it was a horrible dream. That's why I was thinking what it's indicating. So, anyways, sir,
May your
another.
dreams come soon. May your dreams come.
No, for few dreams we don't want them to come true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next question, sir. When I feel emotions, right? I mean, something happened and in your surrounding or something. So I feel in my stomach or somewhere, right? So at times it's not even my energy, right? In Access Conscious, we say that return to the sender with consciousness attached, right? But when, let's say, one of my friend and he or she really loves me, but suddenly they start behaving in a very different manner and nothing to do with me. So I asked them, what happened to you? Yesterday I met them. Unke father ka surgery hua tha. And these people behaving in a very indifferent manner. I was there with my mom and pata hai aana hai, and he or she went for exercise and nothing. So at times I feel, I mean, especially we have a good connection. So suddenly something happened. Why this person is behaving in a very strange manner? So I asked also, everything is okay with you? Are you stressed out? Everything is fine in office or something like that? So nothing. So sir, a similar way in few scenarios, it's not, I'm saying that I have some certain expectation. I consider might be person in a different frame of mind or busy. But at least if you are visiting somebody and even after calling or something, and the person is not attentive to you, either they are stuck on mobile or something they are avoiding, or you are sitting there 1.5 hours and they don't have time, right? So I found it's really strange. And the same thing happened in my few relatives. They expect a lot, but when we go and meet them and took care of them, but they are not even present there. I mean, if you say something, they will feel bad or they will take it in another way. But why all the time I just need to be extra humble or understanding or something? And if you convey something, they feel offended. No, we are not like that. So I just want your suggestion that just be that whatsoever is happening may be situational, but at times it happened like 3, 4, 5 times on a different occasion. Then how you perceive it?
So is it your urge to make them to come out of their default mode? They
Yeah,
may be in default mode. That's okay. So if you are
I
someday.
was concerned about because I met them after like 1 month or so. I was concerned about because nothing was normal. Nothing was normal. The Bhabhi was appearing in a different manner. Bhaiya was appearing in a different manner. One of the brother who really loves me, respect me, and my mom like anything. He rushed for exercise and he came back when we have to leave. So it was very strange. So I just wanted to ask you, sab theek hai na? Everything is fine with you guys. What happened was wrong? But I
Yeah.
mean,
So it's also possible that if they had seen any change in you, right? See, they are comfortable with the way they are seeing you, have been seeing you, the way you have been interacting. If you made any change in yourself, it can be disturbing and worrying for them.
no, I
Particularly the positive changes.
I haven't changed. I am the same. I haven't changed. I keep on talking, and yeah, when father's surgery happened, I called them and I told them that me and my brother can be there in case of any help required or any support required. So let me know. But they didn't even inform. Okay, surgery happened. Then I asked, ki, how is Papa? I mean, then Bhabhi says that okay, now doctor says him to rest. आप आराम से आ जाना. Okay, then I thought, okay, then I got busy. Initially, I really wanted to go. When they said, then I got busy because my psychology assignments and my research work, and there are so many internship and things. And I also have to travel because of marriage, because of my hometown, some property work and something. So I got occupied. And when I get time, I met them. So, I mean, there is nothing from my side that I got changed.
No, okay. One of the perception is that as a daughter, they expect you to the moment it has happened, go there and start making Allah Gullah and keep
Yeah,
crying.
that's
So when
what
they
even I
saw,
think.
when they saw that you are not making those default mode actions,
Hmm.
they got shocked. Yeah, Philomena, you wanted to say something, please. Go on.
Yeah, as you said, they expect you to be what you were like, even when they said that, you need not come.
Yeah, exactly. It is a
Verbally, they
sarcastic.
said you need not come, but in their heart, they expect you to come because
No, in
that's
fact,
what
it is
you've been
sarcastic
doing.
at
Your
one level.
relationship was like that.
Yeah.
So, they are not as mature as you are because you're in AEMC and probably in a lot of, and since you say you are a psychologist or something to do with psychology, so, you're more on a mature side of thinking. And even when someone else says, okay, you need not do this, but your relationship has been so strong that without even telling them, even if they told you don't come, the expectation is there that you should come.
Yeah. So
And that has got into them because they are not mature enough. They say, so, it's an unconscious thing probably from their side also, but it is maybe that is the reason. So we need to think a little more. Even when someone says something, we need to be more sensitive to know, are they really meaning what they say? No?
Exactly. Exactly. So their expectation is completely different
Yes.
than your.
Yeah, but it was strange. I mean, when we informed also ki we will be there in hospital if you need any support or something, they don't even informed us ki surgery happened. And we got to know okay, surgery happened because my father already faced a hernia surgery and we were aware of, and we have faced so many things in hospital. So we requested them, but okay. Then they said that okay, don't come and this and that, you do it. And it happened so many times, like 4 or 5 times. I was there. The person is, let's say, if you are visiting somebody after informing them, and the person is just sitting on laptop, sitting on mobile, or okay, and they don't have time for you. So one side, how many times you will do that?
See, their expectation is you being a helpless weakling daughter right? And you will come and cry, whereas you are self-sufficient and understanding. So there is a difference in the expectation versus the actual reality for them. So they don't know how to process that. So on top of that, you keep questioning. They are more confused and they don't know how to respond to you. So only way is to distance themselves from you.
Got it, sir. Thank you so much.
Right. Okay. Next question.
No, like
Yeah. Yes, Kash.
Kunin sir was telling, find someone. It is first find yourself, then it's easier to find someone.
Then you
Yeah,
can find
very true,
them.
Kaushal sir. We just need to connect ourselves, find ourselves rather than
That's the
someone else.
greatest connect. That's the ultimate connect one can get. So, with these tools, it's much easier to connect with the self.
Yeah. So I think she is worried after getting connected to herself. Then after that, she may feel there is no need for connecting with others.
Yes, sir, it happens so many times. I mean, so many times I'm in a zone where I don't even feel like talking to anyone. I just want to be in silence with myself in nature. So at times you are in a different plane altogether.
Anyway, if you are like Kasha said, if you are connected to ourselves, I think it is easy to connect to anybody and everybody.
Yeah, true, sir. True.
We can choose. Right. Thanks, Pooja. Thanks, Kasha. Yes, Kuldeep ji.
Good morning. I just want to share food for thought for Pooja ji. There's a great thinker, Viktor Frankl, US psychologist and thinker. He said that in every moment, there is something in our control and there is something which is not in our control. And if somebody tries to control what is not in his control, he will become out of control. Then the situation is that the person who's out of control already is trying to control something which was out of control. And that can lead only to chaos and irritation. And one of thing which is out of control always is that the thinking of other person, we think that it is in our control. It is not in our control. And if we try to control the thinking of other person, we will become out of control.
So now you know why you are out of control, Pooja.
So,
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Another part. When the answer to that question is that I have done what I am supposed to be done, I went there, I asked them for the help, whatever they want, I will give. At that moment, how much I should give means that much if you feel that whatever you are supposed to do, you have done. Make a full stop and no further thinking on that point. Good enough. Because we can never be able to control the thinking of other person. It means we think that we can read the mind, which is a myth. That is what I wanted to share with Pooja ji. If you think you have done what is supposed to be done, full stop. That's all.
Thanks a lot, Kuldeep sir. Thank you so much. I
Kuldeep
will
ji.
always remember this.
Yeah, Kuldeep ji, would appreciate if you can post this on AMC.
Okay.
Scan it or something.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that will help everybody.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
That author name again, Kuldeep ji.
Viktor Frankl.
Viktor Frankl.
The man's search for meaning is the famous book he has written.
Man,
Said many things which is not in that book, and this is one of the things.
This is coming from experience.
Yes, it's coming from experience. But we can always take advantage of experiences of others.
Yes, sir.
And, Ramaji, in simple words, what I am learning from this conversation is that there are many things keep on happening around us, various situations, as Pooja ji explained. So during those moments, those situations, if we replace our point of view, why is this happening to me, with what is this trying to teach me, or what is happening for me in this situation. So that way we can find various answers to manage the situations, or by shifting our point of views, or be more creative, as Sukhdeepak sir always say. So that will shift us to be more open state to find answers.
Right. That's right, Kunayan. So also we will come to Sagar and Reddy Garu. So another thing is in this context, Pooja, you are exercising more thinking than perceiving.
Yeah.
If you really perceive, you will get a lot more clarity, lot more understanding.
Ramaji, one more thing, then I complete my talk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The situation which Kunanji has said many times, which happens to almost all of us, we think that why this happens to me only. So for this, I just want to narrate one instance. The Arthur Ashe, the many-time Wimbledon champion, he was dying of cancer. He was dying of the AIDS. So he got some blood transfusion by which he got AIDS. Lot of pain. So his many admirers, they came. They said, please tell me that why God has given you this pain only to you. You are such a great person in the world. Why it is given to you only by the God? And he said that few lakh people, they want to learn tennis in US, and few thousands come to actually join the club and learn it. From that few thousand, few become the better athletes, better players. And out of them, some few hundred, they go for the international championships. For them, about 30, 35 people, they try to be fit, make them fit themselves for Wimbledon. And then they reach Wimbledon, only 4 people, they come to semi-final. Only 2 persons in the final. And when I was having a cup in my hand, Wimbledon cup, I never asked that question, the God, why it is only to me? If I have not asked that time, there is no right of mine to ask God this time. Why it is to me. So when the blessings are showering with us, we never ask why it is only to me. But when something which we don't like, we ask that why it is only to me. Is that fair? That is not fair. That is what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, either don't ask or ask both the times.
Yes, that should be fair. Life is fair. World is working with the order. Order does not mean that whatever good always will happen. It means it will work with the law. The law will prevail, whether you like or don't. That's all.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So, yes, Sagar and then Reddy Garu.
So I just now, I was going to ask you something different, but just now some question pop up in my mind. So we learn about thinking, perception, desire, and control till now, and many other things. So my question is, sir, uh, right now my question is, sir, if everything is just point of view and nothing is absolute truth, then what does it mean to be being you? What is really mean to be myself? If everything is just point of view and no. So this is the question.
Okay, so being you is the infinite you, right? So the ultimate point of being you is being the infinite being you truly are and being part of the infinite universe and being the universe itself. That's the ultimate thing.
Perceiving that that I am infinite and
yeah, and being infinite and ultimately merging with the infinite, the universe.
And
even while you are alive.
True, sir. And make our point of views as per the universe point of views.
Yeah, exactly. That is alignment. Yeah, aligning and merging.
make our point of view as a universal point of view.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The universe has its own laws and points of views.
Yes, plenty.
Yeah. So if we can be in alignment with that, that's the ultimate purpose. But what is that you have to discover? So it's not straightforward. It is not put in front of us. Even though it is told, we will not be able to perceive it unless we really change our complete being.
Ramaji,
yes,
just a
Philomena.
question.
Yeah.
Have you all read the book Alchemist?
Yes.
It kind of pertains to certain universal laws which are mentioned there.
Right.
And world laws and
yeah,
would be nice if you people read that. And every time I read that book, it gives me a different perspective.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We keep searching for treasures in a certain place. Ultimately, the treasure is, and it took me some quite a few years before I realized that,
Yeah.
that the treasure we keep searching outside, actually it is within us and around us.
Yeah.
So to know about the laws of the universe, some of the laws at least are mentioned there.
Yeah. It's a beautiful book.
It's a beautiful book.
Paulo Coelho, very famous book. I read it, ma'am. I will read it again now that you.
I keep reading it like a Bible very often when I'm stuck with something.
Yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful.
I mean, it's just an intuition, and this is something I'd like to tell Pooja also, and the others also. Sometimes we should be working on our sixth sense or even seventh sense, and that intuition. Then you would have known, instead of asking them whether I should come, your intuition would have told that no, you go.
Exactly.
For example.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it make sense what I said just now? So I think we should hone into our intuitions, and this EMC is actually helping me now. I've reconnected again to remind me, like to be in connect with my intuition, and it tells you a lot.
Wow, thank you for acknowledging that. It's really great.
So here I don't know, here I have to question or not, but after reading Krishnamurti and being in his conversation, I met Sukhdeepak sir also in Krishnamurti study group. So I am here because of that group. I don't know I have to question like this or not, but my friends say that in the conversation that intuition is also part of desire, and I don't know why, but If it is working for us, then we have to go for it. But how to explain, sir?
No, but what's the problem with the desire?
Yeah.
Let it be part of the desire. So what?
Yeah, let it be part of it. No problem, sir. Let's fulfill our desire. If not fulfill, that is the problem, sir. Yes, sir. If it is fulfilled, it's okay. If not fulfilled, that is the problem.
No, if you are putting your awareness onto those desires, some of them will automatically melt away. See, because you are not putting attention, you are keeping it unconscious, it
Right,
keeps
right.
haunting you.
Right,
But you
right,
put your
sir.
awareness into those desires, some of them will just disappear, Sarya. So now, because you are worried, I have so many desires. What happens if I start pursuing each one of them? You don't need to pursue each one of them.
Right, sir. So true. Very true, sir.
But then you should not keep on hanging with that also. So bring your awareness, and then some of them will disappear. Then remaining you can prioritize. Then you will be in peace. You will not think that, oh, I have so many desires, unfulfilled desires, what to do.
Yes, sir. I hear, so prioritize. So I think we forget to prioritize what is important for us, or I think I feel like that I forget to prioritize what is important, something that I want, but we go for something that is not important. And so prioritize, I think it's really beautiful word.
Yeah, if you don't prioritize because you are not serious, you want everything.
Yes,
If you're serious about yourself and your life, you can
Right.
automatically prioritize.
When you say desire, what do you really mean by desires? I mean, having so many desires, are they coming out of your own mind? And what are the desires? I mean, in what category do you desire, whether it is material, spiritual, career? What is it when you say
I think,
desires?
I
Having so many
think-
desires, are they
Right.
coming out of you, or you're just reading something and when talking to somebody you desire something? What is it exactly?
No,
I'm a bit confused.
Like Kunainji said to Pooja, find somebody to question. So Sagar's only challenge right now is to find a girl.
Okay.
So once
That's
that
not a
is,
challenge,
that
sir.
is done, then
That
many
is a
things will
very
become clear.
normal thing. That's a
Yeah.
very normal thing. I mean, natural.
Not a challenge, sir. Now,
Okay, you
I
want to find a girl, that is your desire, but your
okay.
desire should go to a little higher level and say, what kind of a girl do I desire?
Right,
And
right.
what do I want in that girl to fulfill and be balanced, have a
Right.
balanced life?
Yeah.
Right?
But the
Yes.
moment you expect that in the other girl, you should have
Ah,
10 times more than that. Otherwise, you are
yes.
done.
Yeah. No, you can also ask the question, why do I desire these things in that particular girl?
Right. Yeah, I think nowadays, I'm not thinking to making girlfriend or something, because I have been to so many relationship, and yes. But what I want to go beyond this. I don't want to stuck on this. So this much now. I don't want to stuck on this relationship, on this girlfriend and all. I want something different, some different life now. And now not, because of that choice, because of this thought only, I came to do foundation class, bars, because I don't want to be stuck on same thing again and again. So yes, anything you want to say, Philomena and Ramajan or anybody?
Yeah. So you are in the path of getting clarity on all these things. So it will all get cleared soon.
Right.
Right. So yes, Kuldeep ji, and you can also share the Shairi and then we can close it.
No, I just want to say something before I tell any shairi regarding the desire.
Wow.
There is a word Longing. Longing means I wish that this should happen. When there is a strong longing, that is known as desire. We strongly want that this should happen. It can be of any type, that does not matter, but a strong longing is desire. That is, I think, the answer to that question which has been asked. Then this is what I wanted to say. And 4 lines I wanted to say. That in the journey of life, Shair has said a mantra that how should we go about the life. I'm trying to tell that. कि हार मानो नहीं तो कोशिश बेकार नहीं होती. हार मानो नहीं तो कोशिश बेकार नहीं होती और कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती.
Wow.
Means, if you don't accept the defeat, then there is no defeat. And if we pursue and pursue, then we never get defeated.
I
Thank
think in pursuing, we will have so much wonderful experiences and so much juice in the journey only by pursuing the thing that we want, not giving up. If it is not working, I could pursue another way and in another way. So let's find another way, different ways, but keep pursuing. Means something will happening all the time. So don't give up.
And
Maybe.
it is also said that defeat, in fact, does not exist. Either it is a victory or it is a lesson. That's all. One of them we will get.
Right.
Both
Thank you.
lesson and victory one day.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think no, if you all no, if the session continues, I and Sagar will be there throughout the day. Both are jobless, so you all have some work. So let's close the session.
I am going to do job. So I am having job in Mumbai.
Wow, very good, very good.
Yes.